Hello, how y'all doing out there? I'm working in the big journal today. Woo, good thing about journals, you can just flip from color to color. Here we have a nice, soft, delicate pink. And here we have a train wreck. Oops, something stuck up. We need it, so. Might as well do this while I'm waiting for everybody to come in. This is a live broadcast. So if you're watching it on replay, feel free to skip around. There. Now that sticky stuff will have to dry up a bit. Hi, Joycey. Happy yo-yos to you too, baby. It's a cold, dreary day here today. .52. Okay, I've got us pulled up there. You been staying out of trouble? Hush, it's me. Joycey, you want a sneak peek? It's Midori style. Looks like it's been dragged through the mud a couple of times. Put that up there so it's drying. So I'm going to be ready to start. In fact, I think I'll announce it today. How about that? Just announce it. Tell you to get your papers ready and stuff. I got this glue from Nuvo, Tonic Studios. They were having a big sale on it. I think it was $1 or $2 a tube. And it's clear. And it's got a big felt tip nib on it. I wanted some of the Italian stuff, but I'm not going to pay $100 to get 24 tubes of it here. Because the shipping was so high. It's always so much fun to go back and look. Randy's going to have a little talk with his babies. They hear me in here and think that there's a stranger. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? I've got some pages to fill. It's going to be a 2-year project for me. Let's see. I've barely got a quarter of the pages done. Maybe a third. Oh well. I've been doing a lot of other things. This is where we left off in the journal last time. Good. We are still hunkered down over here. Other members of my family are not, which concerns me because my mother is 92 and she doesn't have the heart to tell them, you know how grandmas are. But I'm not going. Because both Randy and I are a little bit high risk. He is more than me. Tear off these white lines. He's got a form of leukemia. It's not the bad kind, but his immune system is compromised. Don't want to take any chances. Using a wet tear. I like it because it gives you raggedy edges. And those blend in better with what you're gluing it onto. You can do it with a water brush too. Should you be able to find your water brush. Maybe there, maybe not. Okay. Okay. Hey, everybody in the background. I'm going to go ahead and start. This is not what I talked about doing. This is what I talked about doing. Y'all know that last session or two, we did some jelly printing, did a jelly printing session. And this girl looks kind of train wrecky, so I thought this print looks kind of train wrecky. And the colors kind of blend. And I pulled some washi tape and some other prints with that raw umber color. It's just kind of a nondescript brown. That green does not work. Some of these are from Robin's Photos and Printables. That's kind of, that might tie them in because we've got pink and a little bit of pink there. Maybe. Got a building that is too pink, too red. And this was the other sheet that I thought about using. But I think I'm going to use the green one. I'm going to try this new one and see. I need to get some of these edges. That little strip's big enough to use somewhere else. So let's see what we're going to do. So we've got that. We've got those. And I have to do with that other piece of paper. Well, yes, it's gone. There it is. I discarded that. Still am going to discard it. It's too reddish. This one's got some good brownies. Brownies. This was a month of just patterns. This could work. Well, you know, anything can work. It's just what catches your eye as you're looking. These are from Robin's September printables. And I pulled this one because of that. Don't think too long. Sorry, guys. I have really enjoyed watching all the newscasters or the guests doing their spots live from home. Oh, I like that bookcase. Where did you get that? See how fast this is? It doesn't have to be that accurate. But bingo, there it is. I must have 1,000 water brushes are in here. So nice when you're tearing with the grain, you get big pieces. A little boy. Okay, tore just a bit off of that. I think I like it on top better. Better see if anybody's talking to me. Still keep coming back to this. It just doesn't do anything for me. Now this one did. Don't ever put your brush down on your desk because you may never see it again. There it is. I'm not very talkative today, am I? So much easier than fussy cutting. But you have to do fussy cutting on certain types of collage. Randy got in an organizing mood today. I think he's actually going to throw some stuff away, which means I have to quit complaining. Okay, now let's see what we got. And he's outside and didn't take them. That's not a smart idea, but put your wet brush on your keyboard. Shut up. Okay, so I don't need that. We could do something like that. And then, we got a circle. I have been spending a little more time in my studio, breaking my TV habit. Whoops. Don't take off on your own tangent now. You know anybody else that talks to their paper? Okay. That. Whoops. Tear it. One reason I have trouble is that these are not my colors. That's my story. Find an ugly spot on that print. We'll figure something out here. And once I glue these down, nobody that's casually looking at it will be able to tell. covering up anything too monumental. All right, let's start with that. I'm going to use the glue stick because that other is wet. And this is a whole lot of it. Have you used up all of your Ooh-hoo, Miss Joycey? Good enough for who it's for. Want that under right there so I can show some type. Then that puts both of those. Turn it. I like to do this one's under, and this could, and then this is under. I like to have one of them. I can't put that over. Well, that. Well, we're going to do it different. No rules, right? Hi, Deborah. Hope everybody's staying home for Thanksgiving. I don't want any of my peeps online getting sick. It's not worth it. We were going to offer to cook lunch for my mom, take it to her house, if it was just going to be the three of us. But then brothers, fam, and all of them are going. So, A, it won't be safe because none of them believe in COVID. So you don't know who they've been around. So we have no problem staying home alone. But this is her first Thanksgiving without Dad. she's doing okay, but about what you'd expect, I imagine. I like that because it picks up this. I don't want to cover all of my gold. Cut that off. Right there it's going to go. If I want to see some more of that writing, I can. I didn't really want to tear that much, but there you have it. Now we got a pointy mountain. Okay. We're watching a Netflix series now that I'll be glad when it's over. It's called Damnation. It's about strikes and farmers price fixing in the 20s. It's pretty violent. But we've watched some good ones lately. We watched The Crown, season 4. Now then, it's amazing to me every time I do this to see that things that I wasn't really crazy about. I mean, I almost didn't use this circle. And you can't even really tell it's there. Okay, so now where are we? Save that little piece. Not that I need it. And I save that. He's gone. It was on the green. Okay, I guess we didn't need that either. I don't particularly need that. This is Art Deco tape of the girls. There you go. Rip her head off. No, that was a man. I don't want that. I'm determined to cover up that printing. Okay. That's not quite dry. I'm going to dry that before we move on. I can look at my chat. Hey, Sophia. Who else have I missed? Oh, you guys are too sweet. I don't know where it comes from. I guess that's the intuitive. And I didn't really want to reflect on this. Whoopsie. But just kind of, since they're facing pages, just kind of resemble. Okay, I'm going to put this away. And I'll show y'all what I got from Seth after. I usually like to have the entire range of stuff, but my studio is getting out of control, so I just decided to try a couple of colors that I thought would be nice. So let's just see. So I got good deals on Tonic Studio on this Nuvo glue. I think I'm the last one in the world to get this. I know that's not true. But I am officially on a budget. Cricut had a good sale, so I was able to pick up at half off some of the extra blades I didn't have for my maker. What else did I get? Oh! If anybody has a Cricut Explorer, I think it's only for the maker. Cricut came out with a tool that fits in the machine like a blade, and it attaches. Well, hell's bells! It attaches foil. I'll get it in a minute. Foil. It was really cool. And you don't have to mess with the pen and the heat and charging and all that. So I thought, that sounds like a good idea. So I got that on special from Home Shopping Network. And they threw in another $50 worth of stuff to go with it. So that was a no-brainer, right? There goes the lid. Ooh, that is green. I like it. Stick with the sprays. Let's see, what else have I got coming? Whoa, excuse you. That's a pretty one. That one is called Blue Ocean. Another green. I must have been in a green mood. Seth is such a doll. He's doing lives very frequently on Facebook. And he took us on a tour of his neighborhood. All the places that were closed. Whew. And this one is Verine. That's a more palatable green to me. Okay, let's see what y'all are doing. I will agree. Yes, it's weird. Y'all are probably too young to remember the copper kettle filled with purple Kool-Aid. Jim Jones. I think Time Magazine that week had nothing but a copper basin, one of those big round ones, like you'd bathe a baby in or wash clothes in. That was probably early 80s, 80, 79, 80. Okay, what are these? The same thing? Dye sprays. Okay, so I did get some different colors. Well, part of the disinformation is coming from their churches. And I was raised evangelical, so I know of what I speak. Thank God it didn't take. And they're taught to follow the leader and not ask questions. So if the preacher's standing up there giving his opinion on something, it's supposed to be taken as gospel. This one is Noir Réglisse. So I know noir is black. Got it, so it's not quite so strong. And this is the brown one, Marin Coffee. Oh, that's pretty. And this would be Violet Cassis. That's a beautiful, I like that color. Now these are dyes, which means they're going to be fugitive like most of the others that dyes are. Dyes are the coloring agent that dissolve in the water, and pigments are the ones that float to the bottom. Okay, so there are my dye sprays. The only one I don't care for is that, but you can always spray something else on top of it to soften it. Okay, now this is the ice. I've heard so much talk about. I love all these little Ziplocs. I'll have those. This is a real sticky, translucent gel. I'm going to look for that lid right now while I'm thinking about it, because you don't want an X-Acto knife like that laying around. Okay, it's not going to show itself. Let me get my credit card. I took some pictures of my credit card after that gel session. And then I realized I can't use it without photoshopping the number out of it, even though it's probably way expired, 11/15. Okay, now we got water. Oh, maroon, the same as this. I've wondered about these containers. Socialize has them, and several of them have these bags. Okay. Here's the spray. Doesn't look anything like. Maybe they're not. Maroon coffee. Maroon THE. I don't know what that is. Too bad these lids don't stick. I mean, don't hang. They're still pretty together though, because they both have golden tone. Okay, now I got glacier green. This is supposed to be a turquoise-ish, more green than blue, which it is. Like it. These are very sheer. So what I was thinking before we came on today was, if I have a jelly print or something that I don't like the colors on, this could go over top of them. And this one is the noir again. And they're sticky enough. I think they'll be real handy to clean off a gel plate. But they're so pretty because they're transparent. Ta-da. Oh wait, we got one more. And this one is the iridescent snowball. We had an event with a friend of ours who grew up in Cape Town, and she made all this fancy food and everything. The guy who worked for us is our creative director. Ooh. He was eating something, and I said, "What are you eating?" He said, "I don't know." She called it snubbles. So we were all going around saying, "Hey, try the snubbles. They're really good." Snowballs. We had some fun back then. Okay, that's pretty. I see possibilities for being able to cover something else with that. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Yep, it is. They're acrylic. They dry acrylic. Sometimes I talk about adult Kool-Aid. That's different. But when somebody says they drank the Kool-Aid, that's pretty much what they mean. Now these are saying permanent. And a little bit right there, but not much. Just that corner. So yeah, they drink the Kool-Aid means that they're cult followers. Well, of course you would ever, because that's what parents think of it. Yeah, it rolled somewhere. But we all know it's here because we heard it here. Ah, you guys are cracking me up. Okay, now what do we have? Okay, we did that. We did that. Those. That may be it. I didn't get very much. These are those colors are pretty together. These are the ink. I know why those are acting permanents, because they're dyes and they soak into the paper. Pigment. Pigment sits up on top of the paper a little bit more. But I know who we can ask. Because transparent crap. Tim Holtz oxide. I think that's almost permanent. Permanent enough to be able to paint on top of. Roast chestnut. And this is the pigment ink. I need to study up on these a little bit more. Shoot, this could be a page all by itself. So pigments will settle, but it feels kind of sticky, like acrylic. Now, is that it? Have all y'all raised your good little heads? Okay. That's all the show and tell today. And I got this little beast pencil that he was closing out. And I got these from Tonic last week when I got they're silicone spatulas, and they were on real good sale price. I think I showed you those last week. I did. I remember now. Okay. I like it. Getting a little bit of buckling from the glue stick. Or it could be because I put wet stuff on the back of it. There you go. Oh, here's that strip. I'm just going to lay it in there. Okay, now let's move over to this page. What time is it? It is 4:30. Now, here's another case of totally different colors. but they will go together quite well. And this is from Robin's November. And I have an edge. Don't forget to register for the giveaway when I get to 2,000 subscribers. And there's an original piece of art and some Arteza paints. Okay, now what we're going to do. Well, that looks good with this. If you were real careful, you could paint right outside where you want it to go, but who wants to be careful? Look at this as an ink blob where it got damp, probably from doing this. Separate the doors. Now these backgrounds, remember, were done deliberately just to be backgrounds. See, that can go in that spot real nicely. And then the doors might not get used. Let's see what we got. Said I was going to use stuff we jelly printed. Definitely don't want to throw in another color. Well, this looks exactly like that. Woohoo! Oh, I like that. Well, of course you do. I was playing with powder, baby powder. This might not be bad. There's another page of that train wreck green. I'm going to hold that one out. This area right there might. And these two might. That powder thing is good looking back on it. There, better proportion. And that looks real cool. This looks like a wipe off. Well, I'm out of range. It's because all this stuff moved in. Yeah, I'm sorry. This looks like a spot where I just rolled off some white, and that's almost the same size, so I think it's kind of cool to let that float. Now, I looked here, and I didn't like it because the contrast between the, never mind, that's a piece of paper under there, so it's got to go here. But if this were the blank page, this contrast would make this one stand out too much, which would overpower the other. You can put it here, and it blends in, and that's what makes these things look cohesive. Maybe. No, that might work. Okay, now we said we were going to do and I took photographs this morning, or when I came in. It's one of my little holes. See, that kind of, so that could go there, and that could go there. I don't really think that does anything by itself. Horizontal because this is vertical. Yeah. Let me see what y'all are saying. Night, Sophia. Hey, Rosemary, how are you? I talked about you earlier. Yeah, that was nice. Oh, while Rosemary's here, I want to show y'all my project. I'm going to start this in a couple of weeks. And this cover I made 3 or 4 years ago out of Craft Text, and it's just been hanging around. So this new concept is field journal or field notes, and decided to do the Midori style with grunge papers that look almost like they've been dragged through the mud on a scientific journey of some sort. And this was cool. I put 2 pages together, and this is part of an old scarf, and then some of my I can see shellac tape that I learned from Rosemary. And on the back is some of the fabric, Rosie, I did at your house. And I had a little piece left over, so I put it on the holes there. And the muse has been talking to me, but she hasn't finished telling me what she has in mind. So when she does, I'm sure that I'll have a story to go along with it. But I think we're just going to be visiting strange places on our way to a strange place. And I'm going to do some sort of a painting that relates to that place. And then on Tuesdays, I'll release that on Sundays, I'll release the narration of my journey for the week. And then on Mondays, I'll release the video of me painting something pertinent. And then on Tuesdays, we're going to do a page in here using some of the things that have already been done. And I got 4 SIGs in this book. This would not be intended to be your permanent book. It would be intended to take the pages out and then pamphlet stitch them into a separate cover for safekeeping. And this envelope is from the $3, I think, pack of 4 sheets from Fabriano. And Jerry's has been back ordered on them forever, but it's part of their buy it, try it plan. And the pieces are plenty big, so I'll be using this size piece. I think it's 7 by 9. Nothing, this isn't anything anybody else hadn't already done. I mean, the junky pages put in elastic, but it's easy. And if you didn't want to make a cover like mine, I'm going to give you the where you can find these from Shannon Green. And it's already made. It's a very sturdy cover made out of recycled billboards. And same thing, you got Maduri strips underneath here. Okay, so that's what it's going to be about. And as soon as the woman starts talking to me, we'll get started. Same routine I'm doing now. Something on Sunday, talking, and then Monday video and Tuesday live. No pocket. So, and this is paper. It went through the washing machine, and it's supposed to end up looking like leather somewhere. All right. That sound good to anybody? Good for you, Joycey. I gotta get a drink of water. This area over here kind of looks dead. Cut a little bit off. This spot here was not as kind of muddy. So let's see. This is too gray. What caught my eye was that. Oh, that looks good. It's got copper in it. And I like to overlap things. Like we have an under, we have an over, we have an over. But I don't want both of my strips going over, so. That looks promising. Let's start. Let's try the new glue. Well, this is not a real good demonstration for the glue. Hope I like it. Because I got 6 of them. I glued the fabric on the Field Notes book with it. I think I'm going to switch back to the glue stick until I practice with that a bit more. And we want that down there. Right there. Yes, it, whoops, no, maybe it didn't. One way to skin a cat. All right, now my little kumquat. That's all I had for that one so far. So here, that goes there. That goes there and there. So let's do it. Nothing better than a new glue stick. I like this squeegee, especially with fragile papers where a credit card can tear easily. Let's pull that up a little bit so we can do that. Oops, you already put that down. All right, let's come under this then. There you go. No big deal, just what feels right. Well, I almost dropped the cap to go down there with the lid to the X-Acto. Look how that just blends. I love it. Okay. Go to my blog, actually.com, and sign up for the drawing. Will happen when I get 2,000 subscribers. An original painting and some Arteza stuff. And you get more entries the more you share. Okay. I think some lettering would be nice. What do I have handy? Dirt. Well, I have the big bottle handy. Let's see if we can do this without making a mess. I like because this brush is worn out. And it was somebody's fingernail brush. And it splays out, and that adds a lot to the script. Here I am out of view again. Okay, we did that without making a mess. So I feel pretty good about that. We got 3 pages done today. All in all, gosh, trace. And I can always come back and add to these. I think this is probably, what time is it? 10 to 5. Let me see if I've got anything in my poppers. In my popper bag. There it is. I need to make some more poppers. Too big. No, nope, nope. Library card. That kind of takes over. Oh. Several library cards and pockets. I'm going to keep this. It might be good for the field notes. If one could get into it. It's a little journal. Isn't that cute? And it's already stained, so you don't have to worry about it. There. Well, I didn't get it in. That's okay. Okay, I don't find anything there. I think I've got some little poppers. Up here, after I take out the computer stuff. And there's one. Let's just find them and pull them out. They're in here because I didn't do a picture of them, but I'm using them, so. This is kind of a mail arty book. Okay, there's another one. There's another one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Odds and ends. Lipstick back. Walnut ink back. And computer stuff back. Yeah. That's it. Let's see if we have anything. This is why we do these. No, that's too big. Look at that. I made my own embossing powder with melt art, the white stuff, and colored it with alcohol ink. Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. This one. I don't really think it needs anything. I don't. I really don't. And that's white. I'd have to tea stain that. Okay, I'm going to leave these two here in case I come back to them. And see, this is a popper. That's a maybe. Okay. I think I'm done. These are the IZinks. And these are the sprays. Pretty nice. Colors are good. Okay. Y'all got any other comments for me? Hey, kitty. I think I'm going to log off. It's been an hour and a half, and that's about all the energy I have. This is pretty just like it is. I could just come in here and put stuff on top of that, go with it. Okay, I'm going to take pictures and call it a day. Okay. All right, I'm done. Love you guys. See you next week.